What is up, Surgeaholic, Sooner Nation, Sooner basketball fans? A special live show, instant reaction as the Oklahoma basketball team behind Jeremiah No Fear Fears upset. Not really upset because they're the higher ranked team, guys, but come from behind victory. 4-point play by Jeremiah Fears, and then OU gets a stop there at the end, guys. What a game in the Jumpman Invitational, 87-86. OU improved to 11-0. This was,
Yeah,
guys, maybe the best freshman performance I've seen in
it's up there because it was a great performance. Struggled at times with turnovers, but even then, before that 4-point play, he had 26 points in a top 25 matchup in a neutral site against a Michigan team that will be in the tournament and probably will make a run. They're a very good team. There's a reason why they're in the top 25. They have three losses by a total of 5 points. So a very good team that Oklahoma beat tonight. And that four-point play from Jeremiah Fears is just unbelievable. A great shot, and to draw the foul, not only to at first to tie it up, but to draw the foul and to get the win in regulation is big time because they had no Jalen Moore. Like that was going to be the issue if they get to overtime. Okay, how are you going to hold on for 5 minutes without Jalen Moore? I don't know if they would have been able to do it, but they didn't need it because even though they trailed most of the game, this team continues to find ways to win basketball games. It's impressive.
Well, yeah. Jeremy, you talk about where this freshman performance ranks. I think this is probably the best one I've seen since the Trae Young overtime performance against TCU. I think it was whenever Trae Young was here his freshman year. But Oklahoma, this was a win. I guess you could say there was some Sooner magic in this. That Jeremiah Fears shot, that was just an incredible shot. And Oklahoma, they don't get this done without Duke Miles. He hit some massive threes to get that run started for Oklahoma. He really made some key plays. I thought he also played much better on the defensive side of the ball. Jalen Moore, whether or not that was actually a foul call, Hunter, you talk about the importance that Jalen Moore plays. If you're Oklahoma, whenever you get into SEC play, you can't have Jalen Moore and Sam Godwin getting into foul trouble early. You can't let that happen, especially when you play the top teams like Tennessee and Alabama and Kentucky, teams that have these 2 or 3 bigs that can just beat you inside if you're outmanned, or they can hit threes as well. But Oklahoma, an impressive win, and I think there was maybe a lack of maybe a top 25 win right now for Oklahoma due to the fact that Oklahoma State and Georgia Tech maybe aren't as good as what people originally thought that they would be.
Wait. They won Battle for Atlantis. What are you talking about? Like, they have
no, but I don't know if any of those teams are ranked in the top 25.
It doesn't matter. It was it's a Feast Week tournament that's at the top, and Oklahoma won it. Like, it's just a simple thing.
Well, the national narrative that there's people who've been
I don't think it is. I don't think that's national narrative. I think that people understand that they won Battle for Atlantis, and now they win a top 25 game tonight.
Let's talk about this game for a second. Okay, let's talk about this game. There was some very interesting things from this game that I watching it near the end. I thought I was wondering. Okay, one of them was the last play drawn up. They drew it up for Goodine, and I liked the play call. I liked it for Goodine. It was interesting. Kobe Elvis on the bench, Goodine ends up working out because you go back to Fears and he makes a play. You cannot underestimate Jeremiah Fears' ability. If everything is broken down, you have Jeremiah Fears that can do something. That is something you can talk about. The last few years, they've had Sherfield or McCollum. It's not Fears. And don't forget, he's a freshman, but he should be a senior in high school. He's 18. What he did tonight was unbelievable. But OU shot almost 50% from 3. 48%. That's really good.
Didn't have much bench tonight, guys. Taylor was great in the first half, had 8 of his 9 points in the first half. Guys, Sam Godwin on the play, on the 4-point play, had 2 great handoffs type plays to get the ball back to Fears. I thought, and Goodine got trapped in the corner and did a great job not turning it over. Hey, Tone Loke asked in the chat about who's coming. Jadon Jones, Jadon Jones was this team's leading scorer in the summer. He was their main scoring threat. He hadn't even played yet.
What do you think that I wonder how that's going to work rotationally? That's my only question.
Yeah, well, the thing is, does Jadon Jones even return this year? We don't even know.
Yes.
Well, that's not a for sure thing, Jeremy.
Yes, he's back. He's coming back.
Hey, Philip's asking. They have two players that are out injured. They have Jadon Jones, and then you also have Emegwa.
Jeff Wonkwo.
Or Wonko. Sorry, not Emegwa. Wonkwo. Who maybe come back, maybe not. So we'll see on those guys. But, man, what they have playing right now, the rotation they have, the 3-guard lineup, Fears, Elvis, and Miles, it's tough to defend. Just like Michigan was tough to defend, guys with the 2 bigs, OU's 3 guards are tough to defend. They are.
Hey, Corrections 101 has gifted a Sooner Surge membership. Thanks so much, Corrections 101. It looks like Denny 1961 gets it. Email us at ousportsroundup@gmail.com. We'll get you the Discord link. Hey, Duke Miles, great defense on the last play, guys. Did not allow the guy to drive. Forced him to 3, and they were bad at 3 tonight, Hunter.
4 of 28, 14.3% from beyond the arc. That will do it, especially when at times Oklahoma was struggling to be able to limit the 3 ball that much to where it's basically non-existent. It is massive, and that's why they were able to come away with the win tonight.
Hey, for them to win this game, because I told y'all guys going into the game, I didn't think OU would win this game. I know they were undefeated. They were better than Michigan in the standings as far as the rankings, but I thought it would be a tough game for OU with the matchup. I did not. Godwin typically in games like this with bigs like that can struggle. You had Jalen Moore who was in foul trouble. For them to get a win with those 2 guys, Godwin in the first fouls, he only played 10 minutes in the first half.
Yeah.
And then you have Moore who fouls out. And Fears, they would have won. He made the 3, he got fouled. To step up there and then make the free throw too, and because if that game goes overtime, I'm not sure, guys, without Moore, if they can pull that out.
And I think some may say, well, he didn't play that good of a game, especially in the first half. But Oklahoma, just as a team, they were failing to really be successful on the defensive glass. They weren't boxing their bigs out. They were getting killed on the glass. It was all 5. And if you're Oklahoma, you're going to need guys like Sam Godwin, and Jalen Moore is really athletic. Luke Northweather, Glenn Taylor, you're going to need your guards. It needs to be a team cohesiveness thing whenever you're playing against 2 bigs that they were playing against tonight. And I thought Oklahoma, their ability, especially, I think they went at one time for sure with over 5 minutes where they didn't even score a basket. And then there was a couple times where they had 2 or 3 minutes where they didn't score. For them to still win this game, guys, super impressive and a big-time win for Moser.
And in those moments, there was multiple times where Oklahoma trailed by around 10 points, kind of that 7 to 10 point margin. The first time, I think it was 19-13, maybe 21-13, 19-13 in the first half early on. Then Glenn Taylor Jr. hits 2 big-time threes right after it.
Yes.
And then you had Duke Miles did the same thing in the second half. They're trailing. Duke Miles hits the 2 threes. I think that's what tied up the game for Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken there. So, again, to be able to close out by guys like that aren't your normal guys that step up. It's not Jeremiah Fears, not Jalen Moore, not Kobe Elvis, but those other guards, wings, whatever, to be able to hit those big-time threes is massive for this team.
Hey, a couple things, too. Glenn Taylor might have been maybe an unsung hero tonight with 5 rebounds, also played well offensively. But Jeremiah Fears got to the line 13 times. He
will every night. He was in attack.
Well, he was in more of an attack mode tonight, and I liked it. I liked it. I liked it a lot. So I thought that was a big stat to get to the line 13 times, make 11. Just unbelievable performance.
This team's gonna finish the non-con season undefeated, guys.
They got 2, Central Arkansas, and then maybe Prairie View. I think
unless something happens, unless something massive upset happens, this team's going to be undefeated in the non-con and still have a guy possibly coming back from injury. And they're going to continue to get better. I saw someone said that Trae Young tweeted out about Jeremiah Fears, and He's clearly the best freshman player they've ever had since Trae Young. And then you take Trae Young out of it, and then you're talking about along the lines of best freshman, along the lines of Wayman and others. I mean, this guy is going to go down in OU freshman basketball lore, okay? He's so good with his left hand. He's so good at creating contact. If his three ball's going this team can go. This team and it was Tone Loc guys asked about the big men. Will they run into problems with big men? They won't play a team that has 2 7-footers like Michigan has. They may play some more athletic big men. They will not play the size that they saw tonight.
Yeah. Crystal, and I think if Moser finds a way to miss the tournament, you talk about an absolute collapse in SEC play, just something that's unacceptable, and he won't have a job if they miss it.
Real quick, though, let me say something. Let me say something about the tournament. You can say what you want about non-conference. If OU goes 6-10 and conference, they're not making it.
6 wins, probably not. I think if they go 15-0 in non-conference, and then 7 and it's 18 conference games, right? 7 and 11.
Yeah. So 7-11, you should get in, but Hunter, that's what kept them out.
Well, no, I think if you're 15-0 with a win at Battle for Atlantis, they won the whole tournament, and then they won in the Jordan Invitational against the top 25 Michigan team.
Yeah, why are we talking? They should
be in the Sweet 16, guys.
This team should go 500 or better in conference. This team should go 500 or better.
Agreed. Guys, corrections, I'm going to answer you here. Am I warming up to Moser at all? Yeah, I like undefeated in conference play every year. I am going to say this. A couple times tonight, he almost pulled his hair out. That when he thought they were bachelor. Listen, he's going to have to let Jeremiah Fears be Jeremiah Fears. There cannot be any restraining, trying to run all kinds of sets. I like that. And I think
they always run sets. What's so bad about sets? I don't understand that argument.
Sometimes you just got to let Fears be Fears and other guys be their guys. Period. That's all I'm saying. I love what Moser's doing this year.
Go look at their schedule. Their first game they play in the SEC will be up against probably number 5 or 6 Alabama. Then you got Tennessee undefeated. You got Florida undefeated. It's going to be a tough schedule, but
it's Alabama on the road.
Yeah,
first game of SEC play, and then you have right now a number 12 Texas A&M in Norman after that. So very schedule. SEC is not easy like people thought it would be compared to the Big 12. It's probably even deeper this year than it has been. And
it's the best conference.
It is.
It is. It's approaching it.
By the way, if you're a Sooner fan, and how can you not be after this game tonight? You need to go to the fan stop at thefanstop.com. It's basketball season, and then it's softball season and baseball season, and they have amazing apparel, officially licensed gear, local here out of the state of Oklahoma. Get on the fanstop.com and sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. Seriously, sign up for it. You won't be disappointed in that. And hey, Duke Miles from High Point, he's a bulldog. Like, to me, guys, Fanstop says they have something different that they don't fall apart. Well, you got Jeremiah Fears, who's just flat out different. And then you got some guys who are older who have just a bulldog mentality.
Hey, I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I want the chat to answer it too. But I want to ask you three and then the chat. What makes this team different than the last 2 years? In your
guards. Look at the guards that this team has. I mean, talking about it earlier, they're still without 2 really good players, Jadon Jones and Jeff and Wonka. So if they get those guys, if they get Jadon Jones back, I mean, that changes a lot for Oklahoma. But Jeremiah Fears is the real deal, and he's only 18. And then you add in Kobe Elvis, Duke Miles. I mean, Glenn Taylor Jr. as well off the bench. Yeah, Bryson Goodine as their 3-point shooter. That's the big difference from this team in years past.
For me, the answer is Jeremiah Fears. I think he is a different animal compared to what Oklahoma's had under Moser, the best guard Oklahoma's had since Trae Young. It's not very close. I think Austin Reeves, he was solid, but Jeremiah Fears just has another go to him. He can score at will. He can play make. He's the fastest player on the court every single night. He's athletic. He doesn't have a weakness in his game, and I think it's something you don't see for a kid that just turned 18 years old.
Yeah. You're right. Hey, you're right. And I got to get to something real quick. I see somebody talking about Fears to the lottery. A week or two ago, he was mock draft as a 16th pick. He's going to be up there. Guys, if you are an OU fan, go watch a game this year, please. I mean, he's only going to be there 1 year. I went to a game, what was it, 3 weeks ago, Jackson? I walked in, paid $5 for a ticket, walked down to the student section, sat on the front row.
Real quick, the tickets are not going to be that cheap for him.
I don't care. I'm just saying they will be for the next 3 games. The next 3 games, non-conference will be.
Hey, they will be for those.
Yeah, non-conference.
Hey, when do students get back? When do students get back, Hunter?
I mean, I know for me, I won't be back till the 10th.
So do they have a home? Do they have a home SEC game before the students get back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, real quick on the
need to get out there and support him.
Fears cleaning up turnovers. I thought it felt like he had 9 or 10. He only had 5 tonight, which really isn't a horrible with how much he had the ball in his hands. But I agree, he can fix that a little bit. Well, defensively, he's going to improve defensively. But whoever said no Groves brothers is absolutely right. This team is far more athletic. They get out. There's not really – think about defensively, guys, what they have defensively on this team. I mean, they're pretty deep defensively. And Herbert Lewis is spot on. I watched tonight, guys, in the first half. OU was penetrating and dishing and then making an extra pass to the corner for Glenn Taylor to hit 2 threes. In years past, that was not happening as much.
Well, go ahead, Jackson.
I was going to say also in years past, they haven't had guards that can get downhill like they have with Duke Miles or Elvis or Jeremiah Fears. They all three are really good at attacking, playing out of the screen and roll, getting the open shot off the swing.
Hey, and the other thing to me that I think's the biggest difference in this team, and you can go look at the stats all you want, they've had a turnover problem at OU under Porter Moser. Last year, they turned the ball over. I don't know what their average was. They turned it over a lot. There would be games they would have upwards of 19 or 20 turnovers. They are much better with the ball. I mean, even today, people say it was a bad game turnover-wise. They had 13 as a team. That's not atrocious. They average 11 on the year, 10 or 11 on the year per game. It's not bad at all.
Hey, both players are practicing now. Hey, obviously, one of them was torn Achilles. Jadon Jones is back, but the article I read, Jadon Jones, they're not going to rush him back, but he is going to be back.
Hey,
yes.
I Jerm
back at some point before the end of the season. Achilles injury is a lot harder to come back from. I'm shocked that there's even a thought of potentially he can come back from an Achilles injury that happened over the summer. So not that long ago.
The other thing is when I went to the game a few weeks ago, after the game, Okonkwo was out there shooting. Oh my gosh, he can light it up. I mean, I know he's not back yet, but wait till he gets back.
Maybe by the time he gets back, you can pronounce his name.
I probably can't, Jerm. I didn't say I was good at pronouncing names. I'm not. Okay.
No.
Go, Jerm. Go for it, Jerm. Pronounce it, Jerm.
I'm not even going to try.
No Wonkwo is.
No Wonkwo.
Put it in the chat from the media guide.
No.
Hey, Fears, that might be in the clutch situation where he hit the 4-point play. I'm trying to think of a better ending to a game. You had the Buddy Hield against Texas from
Davian McCollum last year in Bedlam.
OSU, but that was a great play too. But I agree, Hunter. That's probably the last one. But yeah, that's right. Add him to the squad is totally different. It's even better.
And to go off this from Zeus, I think that it's just that these players on this year's team, I think they all fit so well together. That's why it makes it seem like there's maybe less ISO players, I guess you could say, more team players, just due to their fit that they have, and everyone plays so well off of each other.
Hey, and I know Germ's hasn't been a huge Porter fan, but even though it didn't work to Goodine, I thought it was a pretty cool play he drew up. I actually did. The screen with Godwin, the handoff to Goodine, it was covered up, but
great play by Goodine.
That's pretty good play call out of the time.
Yeah, Goodine's a 3-point shooter on the team. I mean, you want him taking that shot, and it didn't work. But again, great play by him to get rid of it and not turn it over more than anything.
And it was also early enough in the possession that when it didn't work out,
you still had to
get the ball back to Fears for the shot. They didn't wait too long. I thought that was good. And Jay, look, I'm gonna have to change this.
Wait. Jerm, wait.
Stop.
Jerm, wait.
Stop.
No, wait.
Stop.
Wait.
I may be wrong. But you know what I'm not wrong about? When I say that Duke Miles is an absolute bulldog. This dude, he gets down to the lane.
Oh, boy.
Pretty much gets down to the paint and just sticks his shoulder in and lays it up, okay? It's absolutely unbelievable, the bulldog mentality that Duke Miles has. Whoa. Where's he from? High Point. Stop telling me you got to get guys from big time anywhere. You got to get dudes. You got to get dudes who can finish.
Hey, Germ, that sign that you made it like 2 days ago. You've literally shown on every live we've done. So maybe I would just hang it up in the background because that would be even better if you just hung it up. Hey, and maybe you should start selling those. Corrections wants one. Hey,
I may be wrong on Porter Moser. I'm not wrong yet on Porter.
Hey, and if you're on here and you're new to the channel, we do this every night at 9:30. We just went live after the game because how could you not go live after that game? I see Derek Wright. Thanks for joining us tonight. Says Fears is a top 5 pick. I'm not going to deny that. He might be.
I don't think it's that high up, but he is looking.
He's
like
only 18 though. His ceiling is so high.
He is looking like an NBA lottery pick.
This is not
going to be back next year.
Something that they said tonight on the broadcast. All of Oklahoma's transfer players, this may be hard to think is a real stat. None of them were ranked in the top 100 in the portal. Not one player that Oklahoma got as a transfer.
Yeah, I would believe that.
Great evaluation of talent. Somebody put it in earlier. The staff did a great job evaluating the guards. They knew what they needed. But guys, I got to say this. I don't know how. I don't claim to know how Porter got Jeremiah Fears to come to Oklahoma.
I don't know, Jay.
But I'll take it every day that ends in Y, as Jeremy would say.
Porter Moser can talk his way out of a paper bag, dude. The guy is he.
It was a very Tone Loc, very late commit, very late.
Late July.
And reclassified.
Yes.
And they got him from Illinois, I think, originally where he was supposed to go.
He's from Illinois,
Chicago area.
Illinois. And yes, they got him to then reclassify. And it's impressive.
They're asking where Fears is from. Someone can take that in a minute. I've got to talk about Willie Warren, Jay, number 13 for OU. That was when I loved Willie Warren. They had Tiny Gallon one year. They had Tommy Mason Griffin. Hey, listen, Duke Miles, someone compared him to Gary Payton. That's an absolute perfect comparison. Remember Gary Payton had this scowl on his face? It's perfect. Yeah. Duke Miles is just like that.
Hey, the other thing is people, if you're not familiar with Fears, it's a family of basketball players. I mean, his brother's at Michigan State. I think he's got a younger brother. Also his dad. I mean, it's a very basketball talented family. And also, Joliet, Illinois, Hunter put in here. But also, let's not forget Trae Young with the NIL stuff. Trae Young is, I believe, starting to kind of get things going on that thing, on that part. So,
and now a Jordan athlete, which helps out even more with all of that, him making the move to the Jordan brand. So,
and this Break It Nail TV is a great point. This, you don't know it by watching it on TV. If you see him in person, he's bigger than you think for an 18-year-old player. I mean, he's bigger than you think. So,
what a win, guys. Unbelievable. Jeremiah Fears with the 4-point play. This team is still unbeaten. And I don't know how many unbeatens there are right now. I'll have to look it up.
Four unbeaten
in college basketball, and OU's one of them. And
3
this
are
team
in the
has
SEC.
all the makings of a team that can make a run, guys.
yeah, what were you saying, Hunter?
3 are in the SEC. OU plays both of them. The other 2 are Tennessee and Florida. Florida won against North Carolina yesterday, Invitational, and then Tennessee is the other one, number 1 team in the country.
But you know what I love the most about this win tonight is the fact that it's against a team in a style of play and the personnel they have that you haven't had to really face this year. It's totally different with the 2 bigs. Even Porter Moser says he's coached basketball for a long time. I don't remember trying to defend 2 7-footers like that, the way they play together. And to be quite honest, I thought OU did a lot better job in the second half on defense. He made some adjustments. I thought they did a lot better. But guys, it kind of looked like OU just wanted this game. Like maybe they wanted this game badly, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. They clawed their way back. They were you could just kind of tell from the bench and everybody out on the court like this when they started getting it close, like they were going to finish this thing.
Yeah, and I think it's just super impressive how Oklahoma, they were able to respond from adversity time and time again. They would get it down to like 5 and then 3, then Michigan would get it back up to 8, 10, 11. Oklahoma, they would cut the lead back down, and they finally were able to get over the hump at one point, and they came out on top.
And Philip's right. Reminds me of some of the Sampson teams, the Johnny Gilbert days, the Tim Heskett, the Renzi Stone, and those teams, honestly, you look back, were not that talented. But then you got into the Ace McGee years with Hollis and Quantis and Selvey and all those guys, and it was special. And then you had the Buddy Hield, Isaiah Cousins teams. And tell you what, this team's got something special, guys.
Yeah, I think they do too, Jerm. And this is 2 days before December 18th. Last year, they lost their first game on December 20th. So I do want to remind people, they were in the same position last year. They got to number 8 in the country. So I will say that, like this. Now, they didn't win the quality of games that they won this year in the non-conference, but they were undefeated. And their first loss was to North Carolina in the Jumpman Invitational last year on December 20th. So now what this team has to do that the other teams haven't done is they got to go into conference play and get rolling in the conference. You can't start off and have a slow conference start, because then is that going to start creeping into your head? Like, here we go again. So I know it's a totally different team of players, and I don't think that would happen. I think they got more talent. I think you mentioned it, Hunter, with the guards. It's a totally different team. But I am going to say that, like, because you're going to walk in an SEC game, and every night, twice a week, you're going to be playing ranked teams pretty much. So it's not going to be easy. Just because you're 11-0, 12-0, whatever it is, it's not going to be easy.
Sooners get the dub tonight, and we're talking about old lore, Sooner lore with Stacey King, Skeeter Henry, Kermit Holmes, Helicopter Bell, Andre Wiley. We go on and on. Chew Kennedy. But right now, let's chew on this W. Hit the like. Turn on your notifications. Check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com. Sooner basketball gets the W tonight at the Jumpman Invitational, 87-86 against the Michigan Wolverines. Great Sooner win. We'll see you next time.